Alright, what is up guys? It is Andy here, back again with another video. So this video is going to cover the prop firm that I'm with now, which is Knife Funded Futures. Some of you might know that I was with Apex. I had two 50K accounts, and then after I got my first two payouts, I decided to leave them for a couple of reasons. Mainly, it was their complaints that they get for denying payouts. They have a lot of rules, and if you just mess up on any one of them, they will deny it. And their trailing drawdown as well. It is a pain to deal with sometimes. At the beginning in your evaluation phase, I had a lot of trouble with it when I first started trading futures, but once I got, decent at trading, it wasn't too much of a problem. But, for someone that's starting out, it is a big problem. The intraday trailing drawdown, that was one of the other main reasons. So basically what it is, I'll just cover it really quickly. Let's say you're in profit of $1,000, and then you decided to it doesn't keep going, and then it comes back down to like 500. So you made $500 profit still. That 500 that you let go of will be deducted from your drawdown. So let's say you started with 2,500 and you let go of that $500 profit. You'll still be down 2,500. So yeah, that's what that is in the evaluation phase. But yeah, let's talk about Knife Funded Futures now. This is who I'm with now. I have two 50K accounts with them as well. They both passed the evaluation phase, and I'm in the sim funding right now. So yeah, let's talk about it. So this is the 50K starter. Your end of day. So they have an end of day drawdown, which basically is it doesn't matter like how much you could have made, or whatever. It is just if you lost money at the end of the day, that's what gets deducted from this 2,500. Okay, let's say you start off the day, you made $500, and then you lost 500, so you're net zero for the day. Then your drawdown is just going to be 2,500 unchanged. And if you had lost 500 at the end of the day, then your drawdown would be 2,500. At the end, it all gets calculated at the end. So that's end of day drawdown. So it doesn't matter how much you were up, and then you let go some of it, like that doesn't get taken into account. Okay, so just treat this drawdown as how you would interpret whatever you lost or made was in your personal account. Okay, so whatever you lost at the end of the day is what gets deducted from this 2,500. They have so this stuff right here is what's been adjusted. So plus 500 in drawdown. It used to be 2,000, now it's 2,500. And this is a new thing that they're implementing, the daily loss limit. So if your account ever gets to minus 1,200 for the day, it stops you from trading. Okay, so that means that you can just have 2 maximum tilt days at most, and in a row, and your account will get liquidated. So you fail the challenge. And then I think they're actually trying to implement a new thing where you can set your own custom amount for loss, your DLL and your PT, so your profit target and your daily loss limit. I think they're trying to implement, or not trying to, they're working on implementing something where you can adjust up to this amount. So you can set your own daily loss limit up to the 1,200. That would be great if they had it. My first day on the sim funding, after passing the evaluation, I lost 1,200. I kept trading, and yeah, I hit their daily loss limit. And then the second day, which was Friday, so yesterday, I got 660 back in profit. So I'm still down like $580 on the account. So I still need to make that back before I can, start making profit on the account. So that's that. It's really helpful if you're tilted. I hope they implement the thing where, you can adjust your own daily loss limit or profit target so you don't overtrade. I think this is a really nice feature. And then the profit target for the evaluation phase is still $3,000. So just like the Apex accounts, if you're familiar with them, you have to make $3,000, and once you do, you will be put into the sim funding where you can start making money the next day. So for me, I passed, and then the next day at 7:11, I got an email saying, "Oh yeah, your sim funding has been approved or activated, and you can use the same credentials to log in, and you're in a sim funding environment, and everything you make after that is you can withdraw from that account." So the reset fee is $50 from $100. So let's say you fail the evaluation phase, you can reset it for $50. So that's that. And but you'll still be charged with $80 and that if you don't pass within that month. And then there is a 40% consistency rule compared to the 30% with Apex. So your maximum win on a day can't equate to more than 40% of your total profit that you've made on the account. So I'm going to pull out a calculator here and do the math for you live. So, okay, so for example, right, I made $660 yesterday. So I'm going to do 660 divided by 0.4. So if this was my biggest day, right, I need to have a balance of at least 1,650 by the time I request my payout. Okay, so if I have not met this balance, then my payout will be rejected, for the 40% consistency rule. So, that's something you need to watch out for. So let's say you had a big day, it was Thursday, with a huge fall of like 500 points. Let's say you caught 100 points of that, right, which is $2,000 with one contract, 100 times 20, right, per point. So let's say you made $2,000, okay, and then you need to divide that by 0.4. So at the end, so when you request that payout, you need to have made at least $3,000 more. This is your minimum balance your account can be, okay. So you made, $3,000. Let's say the next, five days you made another 500, or 600. 600 times 5, 3,000. Boom, you hit your 5,000 target, and you can request a payout. So that's how this 40% is calculated. Just take whatever big day you have divided by 0.4, and the number you get is what your balance needs to be to request a payout. So to avoid that, just go for a consistent amount every single day. For me, it's anywhere between $600 to $900 every day. So even if I do have a little bit of a big day, I can get it back pretty quickly. So always have some sort of profit target in mind and just don't overtrade. It's something I'm still working on. So that's the 40% consistency rule. And then let's talk about the activation fee. So unlike Apex, right, you don't have to pay a monthly fee to keep your account, which is great, right? It's $80 a month, okay, only until you pass the evaluation phase, okay? And then after that, it's pretty much like your own personal live account, okay? So, I passed my evaluation in 4 days. So, I will put like a photo or something somewhere so you guys can see. But, I passed my account in 4 days, and I was in sim funding on the 5th day, okay? So, I don't have to pay the $80 a month anymore, okay? The $80 a month is only for the evaluation, okay? It keeps renewing if it takes you like a month, 2 months, 3 months to pass your evaluation phase, to make your first $3,000, okay? After that, It's completely free. Okay, you do not have to pay anything. All right, and the maximum contracts with scaling is 3 minis, so or 30 micros. So the maximum amount of contracts you can use when you're in the evaluation phase is 3 minis, and that scales. Okay, and I'll talk about that later in the section. But 3 minis is all you can trade with this account compared to the 10 with Apex, which I think is kind of dumb because 10 minis for a 50K account is insane. All right, the maximum I traded on that is 4, I think. So, which is fine, but 10 is too much. And once you get into the performance account, the PA, which is their live, terminology or whatever. But once you get to that, if you have a inconsistent amount of contracts that you trade, or they're going to reject your payout. So why even give us the option to trade 10 if we're going to reject, if we're trading with an inconsistent amount of contracts, So that's another thing. And then their payout policy is actually weekly. If you're a god of trading and you're winning every single day, you can get weekly payouts. So if you're winning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on Friday you can request a payout. So I don't know why I said that, but it's weekly. It's amazing, right? So even if you had one lost day and you come back on next Monday and you win, boom, you can request a payout. Every 5 winning days, you request a payout. And then you need to have made at least $100 on that day to request it, though. Okay? So it can't just be like, like you made a bunch of money, like, 700, for 4 days, and you're like, oh, I don't want to risk it, and I'm just going to, make like $10 and request, the 2,800 or whatever. That's not allowed. Because there's a cap to how much you can withdraw. And there's a limit on how much you need to have made per day, which is $100. So for me, I lost 1,200 on the first day, and then I made 600 on second day. So that's one winning day, right? So I need to have 4 more winning days, and then I can request a payout, pretty much. And what else? So after you've made $6,000 in these payouts, so that's 5 weeks, right? So that's 5 weeks of payouts at 1,200 or 30 winning days, which is also 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is 5 tradable days. So whatever comes first, right? So you hit 30 winning days or 6,000 payouts, whatever comes first, you get put into a live account. Okay, this live account is going to have a balance of $2,500. Just $2,500. It's like they're giving you a personal account with $2,500, and I don't know the specifics of this account. I'm just going to be honest. Okay, I tried talking to them in their Discord server, asking questions, but the live funding, it seems to be like, a customizable thing, with how many contracts you can have. There is no cap to your payouts once you're in the live funded. So it's going to be like your own personal account, and you can withdraw as much as you want. You're just going to grow that account and pay yourself, pretty much, is what I'm getting. But I will make an update video once I've reached that point and have gotten live accounts with them. So, so we covered everything here. And then it's going to be the same thing with their 100K starter. So you're going to have a different drawdown amount. You're going to have a different daily loss limit. And you're going to have a different profit target. Okay? So you guys can pause the video and go through that if necessary. So yeah, 150 a month, no activation. So if you want 100K, you can do that. 150K, 220 a month. And that's a one-time payment, assuming you pass within 1 month. Okay, $9,000. You can trade 9 minis, so it's really nice. So this is everything we talked about in one slide. 40% consistency across the board, and this changes right here. you need to have $200 made 5 days, not in a row, just 5 winning days. That's it, not in a row. Okay, so it can be like, so for me, I had a loss one day this week, this present week that just ended, and then if I win four more, next week, then I can request a payout on Thursday. So that's that. And yeah, the amount you need to win changes as you go up the accounts. And then, of course, all of this changes. The profit targets and the drawdown, all that changes, and the reset fees change if you fail your evaluation within that month. So basically, you can either wait for your account to renew, or just pay the smaller price and reset the account. But hopefully you pass before the accounts renew, or that's going to be 100 plus another like 220, and then it renews, and 220 it racks up really fast. So you just want to pass within that month, trade slowly and pass. There's that information. And then the platforms, pretty much everything, honestly. I use Tradeabate, and it's really nice. You can copy trade. They also do TradingView. I don't know about all the others, but the most popular, I think, is TradingView, and then Tradeabate, and then NinjaTrader. I've heard a lot of issues in these Discord servers saying they have problems with NinjaTrader. So I personally wouldn't use it because I don't know. I just don't like their UI. But Tradeabate is amazing. TradingView is also amazing. I just have Tradeabate, TradingView side by side, and I chart everything on TradingView. I have the accounts logged in on TradingView, so you get the live feed. So you're not paying for any of the live quotes and stuff. So once you sign in with your Tradeabate credentials that they give you into TradingView, it's all live. You can chart everything, and then you can put in orders on Tradeabate if you want to copy trade. So you're not going to be able to copy trade if you're just on TradingView. You have to trade one account at a time if you have more than one account. So I have two accounts, two 50K starters. So I need to trade on Tradeabate so I can copy trade. So I just look at, whatever, and then execute on Tradeabate and all that. So that's the platforms. And then, there's no consistency rule on the evaluation. So if you wanted, you can pass your evaluation in one day, okay? And, it's always one day to pass. Unlike Apex, where you have to trade for 7 days to pass. So, if you were trading on Thursday, it was so easy, You just hit the sell button, and the market dropped 500 points, and you pass in one day. So in the scaling rules, it's also not present in the evaluation phase. You don't fail the account if you hit your daily loss limit. So your total loss that you can have on the account is 2,500. So this is what happened to me on the sim funded account that I had on the first day I had it. I woke up late, and then I woke up at 9, and then I was like, fuck. And I went to the charts, and I saw we dropped 500 points, and I just got so tilted. So I started, over trading, trying to catch, the upside and whatever. We were going sideways, and yeah, I just got smacked. So and then they talk about the buffer zone. So there's no buffer. You can keep, requesting, and and then there's no activation fees, which is amazing, which is super cheap. Basically, you pay $80, and you can start making money, So so imagine you have 3 starter accounts, 50K. That's $1,200 from each account, so it's $3,600 until you get put into the live environment, and then you're uncapped, and it's a 90-10 split for that. So this is the sizing that I wanted to talk about. So basically, with these accounts, right, if you're below, for the first $50,000, you can only trade one mini. Okay, so, and that increases with the plans. So, you know, if you're below $1,000 profit, you can trade 2 minis and then 2 minis. Okay, so once you've made your first $1,000 of profit, you can trade 2 minis on the 50K starter. So from 1,000 to the second 1,000, so 1,000 to 2,000 profit, you can trade 2 minis. And when you're trying to make your last $1,000 to pass the account, which is $2,000 to $3,000, you can trade 3 minis. So once I hit, but I only traded 2 minis the entire time. So I traded 1 mini, and then after I got the ability to trade 2, I only traded 2 minis. I never traded 3. So I personally don't think you need it. You know, if you catch 20 points with 2 minis, that's $800. You know, and that's like almost a third of what you need to make. So it was really easy. And then, you know, it just scales like that. So, you know, they're doing this so that you don't go in trading the max amount, you know, of contracts straight away, and you just, you know, if you're a starter and you're not an expert, then you're going to blow your account really fast. You're going to hit your daily loss limit, and then you're going to come back, and then you're going to over leverage, and you lose the account. So that is why they have the scaling rule, which I personally like. Prevents you from, you know, over leveraging. If you don't know what you're doing, you get smacked. And then this is the payout for your 5 winning days. So you only need to make $100 a day, you know, but you're allowed to make up to, you know, $1,200. I don't see why you would make more than that. But you can to build that buffer, for the month, because, you know, assuming you get into the live situation in a month or so, 6 weeks, you can, you know, it prevents you from, you know, losing too much on a tilt day or whatever. So, you know, that's their max payout though. So there's that. And then 2,400 for this one, 100K, and then 3,600. So for me, I have 2 accounts, right? So next week I can withdraw 2,400. And then once I do that, I'm going to get another 50K starter or 100K, I'm not sure. But, and then just build that one, pass the eval, and then get that one to a live situation as well. So that's the scaling. So yeah, that is a complete guide on the MyFunded futures. Still, there's some questions about what the live situation is like. I'll try to get a hold of someone maybe, you know, and talk to them about it and make a follow-up video. If not, I'm just going to get into the live situation myself and, you know, make a video covering it once, you know, I talk to them. So apparently after you pass your, you know, sim funding, your second stage kinda, and you make 6,000 profit or have 30 winning days, they'll reach out to you and talk to you about, you know, the details of the profit target and then the limits of the contracts and all of that. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video, and hit me up on Discord if you have any questions. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.